What do you think's going on with it?
Honestly, I don't know, but if you slam the hood, the key will come out.
If you slam the hood, the key will come out?
Yep. It's done it 3 times already.
That's interesting. Welcome back to another day in the life of a tow truck operator. As you can see today, we've got the hood open on the Ram. We are going to be performing a service on it. As you can see here, this is what we've got going on. We've got our air filter on the left, oil filter in the middle, fuel filters on the right. There are 2 filters. I've already changed them a couple thousand miles ago, so I'm going to change them again on the next oil change. If you do want a video separate on that, let me know. I can definitely do that. We've got our Shell Rotella T6 5-weight 40 in the middle here. We've got 12 quarts. This is actually a total of 14 quarts in front of me, but the truck takes 12. So if you have a 6.7 Cummins from 19 to 22, this is going to be the exact same. You can watch the video and follow through. Make sure you do not use 15-weight 40 in your engine on a Cummins if it's a 19 and up. You will damage the engine. Now, as far as tools come along, we have our 10mm socket. We have a swivel adapter just in case it's needed. We have a small and medium length extension. We have our oil filter cap, just in case if it's too snug. You can insert that into the end of the oil filter. We've got a 3/8 ratchet, and in my case I have an electric 3/8 ratchet. If you do not have one, that's perfectly fine. You can still make do. Alrighty, first thing is first, we're gonna grab our 3/8 ratchet with the extension here. We're gonna insert this on. Alright, so here you can see the underneath of the tow truck. This is our front axle here, and here is our oil pan. As far as the drain plug goes, it is super simple. All you need is your 3/8 ratchet, and you're gonna insert it into the drain plug like so. There we go. Once you've broke it loose, you can stick your bucket or barrel underneath. I do want to warn you that on these Cummins, when the oil comes, it sure comes. So make sure you are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get my last thread out and pull out. There we go. Now you can see that filling up in there. We're going to continue to let that drip out for a little bit, and we'll be back after. Alrighty, the truck is also on an incline, so I would say that is about done. We can go ahead and plug it back up now. What I like to do is just grab my rag and kind of go around in there, get it all good, give it a quick spray with some brake clean. Right. Now we can go ahead and move the old oil out of the way. Up. Now you don't want it tight enough to where you're going to strip it, but you want it as tight as you can get it by hand without it feeling funky. Alright, so there you go. We've got that all taken care of. You can see it's nice and clean. Now to get to the oil filter, I've got a little trick for that. Alright, this should give you a pretty good view of where the oil filter is. I'm underneath here right now. As you can see, I'm on the creeper. Having it jacked up on jack stands will help you significantly. The reason is when it's fully compressed on the ground, you do not have this much clearance here. It's actually half of that. So when you're taking the filter out from up here, you're basically snaking it out around this arm and the other arm and the axle and yada yada. So make it easier on yourself. If you have a 3-ton jack and some 6 to 10 ton jack stands, you should have no issue lifting this puppy up and getting it up in the air, making your job a lot easier. Now, as far as taking the filter out, it's very easy. All you have to do is have one of these extensions on, get it onto the filter, and simply untwist. From there, what I like to do is get my pan underneath just in case anything drips. It's unscrewed a little bit, nothing's coming out, so I'm gonna consider that good. Now, to make this easy on yourself and not drip anything, what I like to do is I take the bag from the new filter and I come around the oil filter and bring it on down slowly. You will notice absolutely not a drip dropped on me. All the oil stays contained within the bag. Now you can take your filter out, put it upside down, let it drain, get your new filter ready. Now, I personally always pre-fill my filters just because I don't want the oil pump to run dry too long. So I'm filling this one up here. That excess I dripped, I'm just gonna run that along the O-ring so that way it stays nice and lubricated. Doesn't give us any troubles the next time we're trying to take it off. I'll go a little bit more, why not? So we've got a quart of oil inside of our Fleetguard LF16035. That is the filter these Cummins take, so I will put that in the description if you do need one. Now, to put this filter back on is the same exact process. We're gonna snake it up with all that oil in there, run it up to the oil filter housing, get it on there, and slowly turn to the right till we feel it catch on to some threads. Alrighty, there we go. So once you've got it threaded on there, you can go ahead and get it on nice and hand tight. You don't want it loose, just like the drain plug, but as you can see, that's about all I got by hand. See if I can get another good squeeze. Yep, that's good. All right, now we are all good with the oil and oil filter. We can go ahead and skosh on out of here. Now, next up, we've got our air filter here. The air filter is super easy. All we are going to need is our extension with a 10mm. Put that on our ratchet. Now, as you can see, there are small little 10mm screws all around the air filter, here, 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 and one lastly there. All you have to do is grab your ratchet, start taking all of these puppies out. Okay, there we go. All right, there we have it. It's just a regular 10mm screw. Put that to the side. Alright, that was very easy. Now we should be able to just pop this up. There we go. Now, I did forget to mention you also need an 8mm to take off the air filter box from the boot. So super easy. All you got to do is just unthread that, and this boot should slide off. There we go. Now we can go ahead and get our old filter out of here. Oh wow. Yeah, it was most definitely due. This is after only 20,000 miles. That's what you get. Grab all the rest of this crunk out of there. Let's compare that to the new one here. Yeah, that new one definitely looks better. Let's make sure they're the same size. Yep, perfect. Now we can go ahead and put this filter back into its place. Make sure it's seated in there properly. Now we can reinsert our intake into the turbo boot. There we go. It's not the easiest thing to get everything back together, but now we've got that back in. We can plug our sensor back in after we get that wire tied down. All right. Now we've got our boot back in place. We can go ahead and tighten that puppy back down. All it is, once again, is an 8mm. There we go. Now that's nice and tight. We can swap back to our 10mm here. Start driving back all of our bolts in. There we go. We've got every single bolt tightened back on. Now we can go ahead and clip back on our sensor there. And that is it. We've got our air filter changed, oil filters changed, oil is drained. Now, here comes the fun part, which is trying to get all this oil in there without making a mess. There really is no good way to do it. You just kind of sit and pray. This is how I usually go about it. Now it's going to take all of this 2.5 gallons plus an additional quart, because we already put a quart into the oil filter. So once we run this oil through, we've got one more quart to put in it. There we go. That is the entirety of the 2.5 gallons there. Now we are going to add one additional quart of oil. All right, there we go. 12 quarts on the dot. This air filter here is the type you need at least for 2019 and up, SA10261. All right, now we can look underneath for leaks, which I don't see any. Now we can go ahead and get cleaned up and get the truck back on level ground, start it up, check the oil level afterwards, and we should be all set. Now, one thing that I did forget to mention was greasing all of your fittings. If you do have any on your truck, it's very, very important. I'm gonna get to getting all of these done here, but I would highly recommend do not forget about this. It'll just bite you in the long run. ahead and put our oil cap back on. Click. I'm going to wipe all that old oil off of the dipstick. There you go, we've got oil pressure. So that is good. Let that go through a little bit. We'll go ahead and look underneath for any leaks. I don't see any. All right. I know it's hard to see because of how clear it is, but it is perfectly full. So we are all set with that. Now that you know, this would not be a Christian's Towing YouTube video if we weren't going to do some tows and roadside. That's how it is in this business, y'all. You do a little maintenance and you're back on the road. We can call that good now. Alrighty, we are back on the road after changing out the oil and the air filter and greasing up the truck. This jump start is literally a half a mile away from our yard. We are looking for a 2019 Honda CR-V. Alright, this should be it. Perfect, I see a garage opening. Let's grab our jump box.
I don't know.
A battery issue.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, but I just couldn't. It happened before, 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
My
You have the
car
key?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have
please.
it right here.
Thank you.
It's
Let's check it out.
yeah. But
Okay.
I'm trying to turn them on. It was.
We'll see what's going on. See what kind of voltage we're getting.
Oh, you can charge that way. Is that something we can buy on our own or something?
Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon. It's called a Noco GB150.
No coal, no cow, or no.
Yeah, Noco. If you want to take a picture, you can.
Oh, let me see.
I'm gonna give it a shot now. It did only have 8 volts,
Oh.
so it could have been it. There we go.
So is the battery?
Yes.
Okay. How much do I have right now? The voltage.
Well, when it was sitting, it was only at 8.
Oh.
Right now, while charging, it's at 14.
Oh, 14.
Yeah, let me get it back on there. You can see. There you go. You see it's at 14 volts. So it's charging up, but it is charging, so you are all good. Oh,
Thank you so much. You have a good night.
thank you. You as well. That jump start was super easy. We've got that knocked out. Next on our list is a 2014 Chevy Malibu, so we are going to go ahead and drive on over there. It's about a 15-minute drive. Yeah, it's definitely a little tight coming back here. Definitely an interesting property. All right. Let's get our jacket on. It's a little chilly tonight. What's going on with it?
It won't start.
Just won't start? Okay.
It won't.
Thank you. All right, I'm positive it's going to be a battery issue. What do you think's going on with it?
Honestly, I don't know. But if you slam the hood, the key will come out.
If you slam the hood, the key will come out?
Yep. It's done it 3 times already.
That's interesting.
It's a new battery.
When did you guys put it on?
September. So is there like a loose screw or something?
Yeah, this terminal is loose.
That's it.
I can tell you that right off the rip, yeah.
I have to go over tomorrow and get it. Start keys. You can get your keys out.
There you go, it's nice and tight now.
Slam the hood. We're gonna get the key out.
There you are. Can't get much easier than that. All it was a loose battery terminal. They just had their battery changed by her nephew or whatever. Someone that changes her oil, and I guess they did not tighten it up right. So she just had all these weird symptoms. Alright, that 2014 Malibu is down. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments section below what you would like to see more of on our channel. With that being said, have a great day. See you on the next one.